Old School Bodybuilding Clothing Company. If you wish your fancy fitness center was a hardcore gym, you are old school. If you just ate chicken and rice and are about to eat chicken and rice, you are old school. OSBBC.com for the hardest training athletes.
You're funny.
Like I said, do you like my tail?
Welcome back to Iron Rage, where I am Dave Palumbo, I think today, and I'm not sure who's joining us today. Who do we have over there all the way from Australia?
Alfred, look, Alfred, just
Yes.
tell Trump, tell Trump, I'll look into the fraud in a minute. I got to get dressed and do a show. Yeah, tell Trump I'll call him back. I'm going to look into the voter fraud. I got to get dressed right. Just help me get this on. Thank you, Alfred. Thank you. Good morning. Morning, Dave.
It's the Bat.
Oh, this
Batman.
Bloody, this
Wow.
bloody kid.
Jesus Christ.
I tell you, Dave. I tell you.
It's like a $500 costume.
That's
Looking after Gotham is a big job. Let me tell you. Oh, Catwoman was here last night. She left the mug.
You know, I was a little worried after last week we had the Joker here. I thought he was going to be taking over, and it looks like you arrived.
What? The Joker was here? When?
He was sitting in that same
That
seat that
clown.
you're sitting in.
It's like fucking Mel Gibson doing Batman.
Excuse me? You talking to me, Tyler? Tyler, are you talking to me? What I need to say, since these elections have been going on, and the other day they just turned around and said, wait a minute, we found 150,000 mail-ins, all Biden's name. Haven't looked at them, not one for Trump or Biden. Where were they? I don't know. Soon moved the van, we found some 150,000 votes. Wonderful thing. And another thing, I want to get this straight. I did not cause the virus in America. I wear protection. Look at me. I'm a human condom. I did not spread the virus.
You look like
Do
a
not
human
blame-
condom, actually, is what it is. And maybe that's why you're so protected.
Do not blame the bat. Us bats. I've got my utility belt here somewhere. Oh, there it is.
Is that the WWE Championship belt you're wearing?
It is. It's got my condoms, KY jelly, everything. Everything the bat needs. All right. On with the show. Enough shenanigans.
Now, what happened to the Joker? Did you take care of him? Did you get rid of him? He was pretty adamant last week about taking over that household.
Shh. I rubbed off my makeup. It's really me. It's really me.
Oh no, it's the Joker dressed as Batman. Oh my God, he tricked us.
I killed the Batman, and it's me. That's why. This is why, people. This is why I want you. Oh, Alfred's coming. Alfred's coming. This is why, people. I want you. He's going. He's going. All right. All right. This is why I want people of Gotham to raise up. Black Lives Matter, Antifa. I want all you rednecks, you inbreds from the Appalachians, all you people with weapons. I want you to go out and rain chaos down upon Gotham. Show these people what anarchy is like. Bring anarchy to Gotham. Show these little protesters, peaceful protesters, what anarchy is all about. Your Second Amendment is under threat in Gotham City. The city needs an enema, and here I am. Bring the enema down. Steve Blackman, get in there, Batcave, and fuck them hard. Oh, the joke loves being a Batman. What a power craze it is. Gotham will burn tonight. Burn, Gotham, burn. Antifa, BLM, you will all burn. Hi, Dave, how are you?
No, you know, a lot of people, Batman, have been upset about your political posts on Instagram. Why do you think that is? I noticed you've been taking a lot of flack, being in Australia, though.
Batman lived in America 18 years. Batman paid his taxes over there. I know more about America than some of these snowflake Americans. These snowflakes that hang out with Mr. Freeze. You need to learn a thing about Batman. And this is what Batman wants to say. It doesn't matter if you're a bat, or a joker, or a cat, or a penguin. You should all get along. If you vote for Trump or Biden, it doesn't matter. You can still like each other. If you're a meat eater or a vegan, you can... Wait a minute, bad example. Fuck the vegans. It doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is, if you're black or white, Asian or Japanese, I think there's a difference. I can't tell. Maybe it's the cowling. Who knows? But what I want to say is, we all have differences, and we should all get along. Just because someone votes for somebody else doesn't matter. And if someone like the Batman puts up a silly meme, you don't need to unfollow him. You shouldn't be following him in the first place. Anyone that follows a 48-year-old man dressed as a bat, you deserve what you fucking get when I post it online. You stupid morons. You follow the bat. I do not follow you.
Well said, Batman. Thank you for that.
This was brought to you by Viagra, leading the way in keeping men hard. Thank you.
Batman, do you need to use Viagra, or are you very potent still?
The Batman does not need Viagra. I got the bat spray. Couple of sprays of that. Oh. Woo, riddle me this. What's long and hard and makes women scream? Crib death.
I was waiting for the answer.
I just gave you 12 inches, long and hard, makes women scream. Cot death.
Now, let me ask you a question now. I don't know, Batman, if you've seen the state of Oregon in the United States, since you were a resident here for 18 years, has legalized drugs.
I love Oregon.
Did you see that?
I love Oregon.
When
I cook my steak and I put butter on it, bit of garlic butter, I sprinkle a bit of Oregon over the top.
Well, the state,
not
the steak, the state, S-T-A-T-E, Batman, of Oregon has now legalized.
Like I can hear you, Fruity.
Yeah, has legalized drugs, all drugs. So now you can go there and you can do mushrooms, and you can do marijuana, and you can do steroids, or whatever you want. The maximum fine you could ever receive would be $100. That's the max fine. So pretty much everything is legal now.
The Batman's already living in a state where there's drugs. In my state of mind, I need drugs. I take a lot of drugs. I'm moving to Oregon. Alfred, pack up the Batcave. We're going to get fucking high.
In your estimation, Batman, will the state of Oregon now be the new bodybuilding mecca because of this?
Oh, what's that? Oh, that's my glove. I don't know, Dave. I don't know. But what I want to say again is, where'd these votes come from? Now, this is what Batman wants to say. If these send-in votes are already there, of course we're living in unprecedented times. Love that word, unprecedented. Yeah. They should have done these mail-in votes 2 days ago. Changed the rules. Count them 2 days ago. That way, the ones that turned out for voter, they could have just added them up and would now know the results. You don't wait till after, count them up, and then go, how many does Sleepy Joe need? Oh, he needs 100,000 more? We'll find them. I don't know, they're behind the fucking seat. I don't know, just find them. We've got to get him in there so in 6 months' time we can say he's crazy like a fucking bat. And then we'll get Kamala, that Indian black, I don't know what she is. What is it? I don't know, get her in. The 25th Amendment. Biden's nuts. We're kicking him out in 6 months' time. Kamala. The camel lady, she's fucking going in.
Maybe Nancy Pelosi will take over if they get rid of both of them, right?
Oh, Pelosi. Whoa. She's older than the pyramids. Have you seen her? Jesus. Why hasn't some skincare place tried to fucking give her an endorsement? Jesus Christ. She's got more wrinkles than my foreskin. Jesus Christ. Every time I go to the toilet, I think that's what I do now. Where you going? I'm going to drain the Pelosi, I say. Going to drain the Pelosi. Oh, the Joker loves being Batman. Hope they don't find out it's me. Because again, we are going to rain chaos on Gotham tonight. The BLM people out the front of the White House, those protesters. You think your little signs and baseball bats are when my mates turn up with the ARK-47s, the Smith & Wessons, the pump-action shotguns. You will know what the Second Amendment is all about.
You know, Batman, you're starting to sound a lot like the Penguin. You sure you're not the Penguin hiding in there?
That's next week. Don't jump ahead. Don't jump ahead now. Stay in character, boy. Stay in character.
Blackman is waiting for you to come in as a Batwoman. When will Batwoman be here? You know.
When has that word ever come out of Steve's mouth? Not Batwoman, just the word woman. When has it come out of his mouth? He has said the words when he's bending over, taking a good pound, and he said, whoa, man, you're going in too deep. He said, whoa, man. I guess if you put it together, that sounds like woman. So what's today's show about, really?
I wanted to ask
English.
you.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Yeah.
To what?
The English Pro Show was on.
Yeah, James Hollingshead. He won.
Yes. Congratulations, James. I haven't seen any pictures. I just saw the post you put up. That's how I know.
Yeah,
that's how I'm up on current affairs.
Hey, you know what? Here's a guy who won 2 pro shows that probably people never thought he'd win any pro shows. And so that just goes to show you, if you work hard and you show up, you know, anything's possible. And I think that's you know, to me, it's a very inspirational story to show that a guy, you know, worked his way into that winner's circle. And, you know, I take my hat off to him, you know. Now he's not only qualified for this year, but he's qualified for next year's Olympia, too.
Playing the violin, that's very emotional. I'll tell you what's an emotional story. An inspiring story is a young boy. A young boy walking down the alleyway with his parents. One dark night in an alleyway, my parents get shot. And this affects me so great. I go overseas and I get trained in the art of Kung Fu Panda. And when Kung Fu Panda trained me, I came back. This is an inspiring story of a young boy who watched his parents die. The pearls went all over the place. I had to pick them up to buy food. I didn't want to, you know, there was this man coming down the alleyway every now and then asking $20 for a blowjob. I said, no, I don't want to be in your magazine. I'm going to be Batman.
The show has deteriorated completely to it.
Hold on. Let me try get this off. I think I'm... This is the worst thing. I put this on, and my wife's going...
Hold on. You remember the old Batman TV show? They were always trying to take his cowl. They were always trying to take the cowl off. They couldn't figure out who he was.
They'd always get to like this bit, then something would happen. They'd just go to raise it up and... Oh!
Yeah. Somehow it would save him, right? Exactly.
Even in the movies, when he's laying there knocked out, and they just go to lift it up, his eyes go... Huh? Yeah. Pow! Bam! I remember that on the cartoons too, on the TV show.
Yeah.
Pow! Bam!
Yeah.
Robin, get the batarang out. Well, the worst thing is here. Hold on. Oh, look at that. My hand just slid out because it's so sweaty.
Batman's got tattoos. Are you really Lee Priest?
Hold on. The worst thing here is...
We didn't know. I thought you were Bruce Wayne. You're actually Lee Priest.
I had to get my wife to tape this on. I don't know if I can get it off.
It might pull your tattoos off. Oh, there you go.
That is so.
Ooh, very scary.
Hold on. Again, I'm like a character in one. Hold on. I gotta get down here. Hi-ho, Silver! Away! Hey, Kimosabi, come on.
You look
Look, I'm Robin.
My son would say you look like a zombie now, you know.
I'm also Robin. Look, I can go from Robin to the Lone Ranger to, hey, look, I'm the Green Hornet. Oh, so many characters all in one.
All right, now that you can hear me. Now that you can hear me. I look a bit
like, what's his name? Get the gun over here. I'm Rocket from Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm a fucking raccoon.
I think you should be Groot. Be Groot. I am Groot.
I might actually leave this on all day.
I think it looks pretty good. My wife saw you a picture the other day. She's like, where did his face tattoo go? I said, they erased it. She's like, why did they erase all of it? I said, they can't.
She meant, why can't they erase his whole head?
No. No. I told them about the contact lens they have to put in there to erase the rest of it. So,
I've got this great costume being made for me overseas. Have you ever seen Batman Beyond? Where he's got the black suit and the red thing.
Yeah, I love it.
This guy's making me one. The whole thing, muscle suit, everything.
Wow. Oh. Your fans are way nicer. I only get massage guns in the mail. You get like cool costumes and face masks.
They know what you like, don't they? You ever wonder? Do you ever, since we started on this Steve thing every show, we give him a mention. Do you ever wonder what he gets sent in the mail?
Probably nothing anymore, but who knows what he orders in the mail? You know, that's
Come on now. His back room looks like the sex dungeon on Fifth Avenue down the end of the block. Someone's tied up in that swing and it's going back and forth.
All right, seriously though, I want to ask you about this. I'm doing a rant on it after the show anyway, but I want to just get your opinion on it. Oregon has legalized all drugs, basically. I can't believe it. I almost can't believe it. It passed on the referendum they put up there. Once again, like I said, the maximum penalty you can get for anything, I don't even know why they would even give you a penalty, it would be $100 fine, so obviously it's nothing. They don't believe, they're going to use all the money that they're making from people not going to jail now and not having to prosecute drug offenders. They're going to, put it back into programs for education to help people who are drug addicts and want to get help to get off drugs. I think it's a tremendously progressive idea. I think it's really, really smart. But the fact that there's not going to be any prosecution for anabolic steroids anymore and that they're legal there technically, I have to imagine that would be very appealing for a bodybuilder to operate out of a state where they don't have to worry about getting arrested for doing the stuff that they do for shows. Do you really? I think there's going to be a pilgrimage to Oregon. I think someone should build a huge gym there.
To be a bodybuilder and really get caught for steroids, you must be doing other stuff, because unless you're using a ton and have a lot of it and someone dobs you in, how many really in America get done in for steroids, unless
Lee, you'd be surprised. You know why? Because a lot of guys order it from China and then the packages come in, they get seized, they get controlled deliveries. Now, I don't know if it's been nothing. I don't know if that's happening now with COVID, but a lot of guys have got caught that way.
Well, they shouldn't get it from China. No, I think it'd be okay. But look, I think drugs all should be legalized, because look, it's like when they tried it with alcohol, the prohibition days and all this sort of shit. People are going to get it and use it no matter what. I'll wait for you to take that taxi if you want, mate. That's all right. You go right ahead.
Keep going.
Yeah. Thank you. I will. So I think, how it started, wasn't it with Reagan when it was this big war on drugs? It's never worked. There's not going to be a war on drugs. You haven't cleaned it up. We know the CIA used to sell drugs and bring drugs in, and from Nicaragua, all those other places, run guns one way, bring drugs in the other way, put drugs on the streets. It's never going to stop. So to me, they have the same excuse. Remember when they wanted to, a lot of schools wanted to put condom machines into schools, and they're like, we can't do that. That's going to lead to kids having sex. Newsflash, kids are already having sex. So it doesn't, they're going to do it anyway. And the thing is too, there's alcohol out there. I don't drink or do this stuff. There's drugs out there I could get. I've done them here and there, but just because they're legal doesn't mean everyone's going to go do them. There's a lot of things legal that people don't do. If you've got an addictive personality, you're going to do whatever, but just legalizing drugs isn't going to be like, I think it actually takes that thing away from it, because at the moment young kids go, oh, we're not allowed to do it. Let's go do it. Let's do this.
Amsterdam doesn't have a drug problem, but everything's legal there. So, I mean, there's obviously that if it's available everywhere, you can walk into a farm, you can walk into a convenience store there and buy mushrooms, and some people do, but not a lot of people,
And the good thing is too, you watch the area, like if they do it up there, all those drug dealers on the streets and all those sort of people, watch all that shit dry up. It's going to get rid of a lot of bloody crime, because if people can get it legally, it's going to cut down on all people fucking doing that type of shit.
It's a no-brainer. Why they didn't do this? I never thought they would do this in this country.
Was that Tyler? Was that Tyler chiming in there?
No, he hasn't said anything.
Oh. Was that you, Dave? I couldn't. Tyler's allowed to talk. Let him talk every now and then. Come on, if Biden's going to be president, stop fucking no one puts Tyler in a corner, Dave.
He is in the corner. I put him in the corner, and he'll be happy about that corner too.
So what do you think of these elections, Dave?
You know what, Lee? I'm so happy I stuck to my guns and didn't vote, because I said I am not getting political. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Yeah. And my belief is, after 6 months of Biden being in office, no one will even remember he's president anymore, and because nothing's going to change. Nothing ever does change, because he's only the president. The Congress makes all the laws,
Exactly. That's the only thing I liked about Trump, was because he wasn't a career politician. That's why I liked him getting in, because it was something different.
Right.
And this is why, look, I couldn't care if a Democrat got in, but I just wish it was maybe a younger Democrat, somebody new where...
Yeah, this guy seems like he could drop dead at any minute, He's got dementia,
but the thing is, too, come on, when you look at his record, he's been there for 47 years. He was vice president for 8 years. I just want to know what these people who are voting for him now see, that he's going to suddenly do different when he's been there this amount of time. I'd like to see some new Democrat get in and go, okay, well, this guy's new. Maybe we'll see a change. We know what Biden's all about already. So what's he going to change now? It's like,
I think what they felt was that they felt
the cunt can't even change his diaper.
Yeah. I think they felt that maybe they couldn't beat Trump, so they didn't want to use a good candidate, you know. So, like I said, it does. I think it was more, if Biden wins, it was more a vote against Trump than it was for Biden. I really believe that's how the people voted.
But still, couldn't they have found someone better, someone new, where people go, you know what, this guy's young, he's vibrant, he's got a good head on his shoulders?
You know who'll be the next president? Michelle Obama. She'll be the next president. That's my prediction. But
I reckon Trump Jr. or Ivanka.
Trump Jr. might run at some point for sure. I think Arnold's son will be president one day. What do you think about that?
Well, could be. Well, if Arnold was allowed to run, Arnold would have been president.
Oh, absolutely.
If he was allowed to run.
Patrick, well, we put a post on RxMuscle. I don't know if you saw. If you had to decide like one bodybuilder from our industry to be president, who would it be?
Well, you'd only have to. You'd say Arnold just because his political background.
Right, but you can't because he's not born here. So who else?
Oh, well, I can't say me because I'm not born there either.
No, you're out of the running.
Really, I don't know, because this is why the majority of bodybuilders lie, which I guess if you're going to be president is a good concept to have. But you need someone like me who just says it like it is, pretty much like Trump. Just fucking say it like it is, put it into the tweet atmosphere, tweet, go fuck yourselves, dickheads, you know, that sort of stuff. So I don't know if there's anyone... Well, you know who would actually make a good president because he's a good bullshitter? Sean Ray. Now if you put him in there, he'll promise the world and do fuck all. So, you know, you got Sean Ray.
My choice was Lee Haney. I thought Lee Haney would be a good president because he cares about humanity.
Lee Haney, if you're being like want a serious president, but, you know, America hasn't had a serious president for a long time.
Don't you think we should have a serious president?
Well, if you want a serious one, Lee Haney, yes. But if you just want someone that's like going along with what's been going on.
Someone who's like a joker, maybe? You pick Lee Priest, yeah.
Exactly. No, hey, I'll get the country up and running, wouldn't I? Woo!
Woo!
Could you imagine me giving the address to the nation? Hey, Lee, we got a script. Don't worry, I'll wing this. I know what to say.
Yeah, exactly.
Turn his mic off. They'll turn it off and I'll pull out the bullhorn. Pull out the bullhorn. What I want to say.
Turn his mic off.
It is a shame to see it now, because how long is this election now? It looks like it's going to go to the Supreme Court now, or whoever.
I think Biden's going to win. I think they're going to find the votes and they're going to win it.
The way these votes are coming in, these ones they just mysteriously find, and it's like, I just don't think that if you find 150,000 out of 150,000, it's not one Trump one in there. Oh no, they're all Biden. Really? I want to know, out of those 150,000, how many have got my great-great-grandmother on them who died 50 years ago. I want to know if my great-great-grandmother still voted for Biden, because I'm sure there's a few on there.
Right. The question is, Lee, can they go through all these votes and actually validate that they're legitimate? And will they do that? I mean, that's a pretty labor-intensive process, you know.
I'm going to say, how long would that take? Oh.
Yeah, so. Anyway.
We'll be here this time next year. Next year we'll be here doing this.
Yeah. I hope we have a president by January 1st. There's been presidents that have been decided and January 1st has rolled around, no one's known.
That's why, because of COVID and these unprecedented times. Oh, I love that word, unprecedented. It's the word for 2020. Because of these unprecedented times, they should have had the mail-in votes counted 2 days before.
Right.
So when the people that went out to vote, if they had all those votes added up, then we'd know from everyone that went out to vote. And I still have to ask myself, you people that did the mail-in votes, I'm too scared to go out from COVID. You weren't too scared to go riot. You weren't too scared to go and protest. Yeah. You weren't too scared to go to the grocery store and get your fucking bonbons, but you couldn't go out and vote. But once they did the mail-in and filled it out, they went out anyway to fucking mail it. But you couldn't line up to go vote.
Yeah, here's the problem. You think in today's society with digital this, digital that, everything's online, you think that we'd be able to, back in the day when they had to take horse and buggies to go vote, it was a lot harder to get all the votes in, right? You would think you'd be able to vote in 1 hour out of the day. All right, everyone, get on your phone and vote. And in 1 hour, we can decide the election. Nowadays, it seems like it's harder, and they got multiple days people are voting. I don't understand it. It should be easier.
It's going backwards. Yeah. Then you'd be getting the old fucking hammer and chisel and a rock tablet. You'd be fucking
It's
chiseling.
like Fred Flintstone days. Yeah, exactly. So
You got to fucking chisel out. But the thing is, Phil, like everyone that pretty much travels, when I come to America and that, pretty much when you come in there, you got to do your fingerprints, shit like that.
Right.
Sometimes you got fingerprints on your phone to turn your phone on. They should have just had an app when you go to vote. You got to use your fingerprint to vote,
There
so
you
they
go.
know it's you. There
you go.
Then people go, no, they're tracking us. Hey, the government's already got your fingerprints, you idiots. They got them when you were born and shit like
Yeah,
that. So
exactly. Right.
doesn't matter. Every time you post on Facebook, they know where you are.
You
so
should be
calm
able to
down.
register and vote right online, right on your phone, and they should be able. They have everyone tracked anyway, like you said. It's not. They stopped pretending already. Google tells me where I should go when I get in my car. You want to go to 7-Eleven? They know what time I go every day, and they know when I drop my son off at school. So I mean, I'm not worried about it.
I get that when I'm driving along. If you're going down the freeway, 7-Eleven, something such, 2 packets of chips, $2. Do you want this or ignore? Ignore. But it's like when you go on any website, you're looking up something and it's got that cookies button. If you hit accept cookies, now that little bit of information goes into the fucking database.
Of course.
So out of the blue, you're getting all this shitty pop-up shit all the time. No wonder these fucking big purple dildos keep popping up on my site. I don't know how. I don't know who accepted those cookies, but I just get a lot of this shit popping up. That's my story and the bat sticking to it. But, you know, I don't know what's happening over there, but that's all I got. That's another thing people say too. Lee, why do you care about American politics so much? Because it's all I get on my fucking TV, people.
That's right. You're right.
And don't people understand too? America, they say it's like the most powerful country in the world. Don't you see that what America does affect its allies? If we're your allies like Australia and that, what happens in America does affect Australia.
Yeah, sure.
You dickheads.
From one bat to the next, enjoy the rest of your day. I know you got to go to the gym, and
I'm going like this.
I think you should. No, the funny thing is, if you walked in the gym, no one would even turn their head because they'd say, "Oh, it's just Lee. He probably got another tattoo on his face."
Hey, actually, the more I look at this, forget the mess up here where I've smudged taking the mask off. How would this look as a tattoo? Seriously,
pretty good. You'd look like a pretty demonic-looking guy.
Mad Max.
My son would like it. He'd be like, "Zombie, zombie." He's into zombies now. Zombie.
I think it looks good.
Yeah, I think
I'm getting some ideas, Dave. I'm getting some ideas.
right.
Oh, somebody.
Next, talk, you know what? Before you do that, call Tattoo Timmy up and ask him about it.
If anyone wants to know how to drop some weight, wear this suit for like 30 minutes because Dave was late today. I've had this thing on for so long, and let me tell you, under here, this big thing here, this black shirt is soaking wet. It is soaking. The things I do for entertainment, but you know what?
Things you
People
do
won't
for
appreciate
RxMuscle, the sacrifices you make. We can't thank you
Look,
enough.
People, this thing, look at this. This is so sweaty. Look at it, just rubber.
Our fans are getting very. Let me see your abs, Lee. You're getting our fans all excited here, showing them that rubber suit.
Look at this. Look, that's shiny. That's shiny from sweat.
Wow.
My abs, they're all hairy.
Wow. Lee's been dieting. They're
I
going to
just
be like,
sweated out 20 kilos waiting for you, you bastard. What do you mean?
they're going to be like, Lee draws in his abs with tattoo ink. That's why they look like that.
They're going to be like, Lee's a fucking idiot. Last week he was the Joker, now he's fucking Batman. I hate this show. Then they comment. Then they comment on my Instagram, hey Lee, when's the next show going up?
Yeah, exactly. All right, I got to wrap this thing up. I got stuff to do. Guys, post in the comments below who would you like to see Lee dressed up as next week. We will take that into consideration. Lee will have a 3D printer print out his costume, and hopefully he will.
I don't oppose. I'll dress up as the Little Mermaid or Mary Poppins. I can go either way. Look, I'm not going to be strictly
He will live
male.
all your fantasies out for you. Just make sure you post below what you'd like to see Lee dressed as.
What about Catwoman?
It can be male, female, or binary, whatever they call themselves.
Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel. There you go. My daughter has a Captain Marvel, but I don't think it would fit you, the costume, unfortunately.
I'll wear it. I might have a bit of camel toe, but I'll wear it.
You should. I want to see you as Ebony Maw from the Avengers. Can you? You're pretty close to him right now.
That was good. You know who brought me this coffee this morning?
Who?
Moneypenny.
Oh, really? Miss Moneypen.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, because who's
James Bond.
Look, James Bond just died.
I know. Why don't you dress as James Bond next week?
she needed a job, Moneypenny, because, you know, James Bond died. So I hired her to come work in the Batcave. And she brought me a nice coffee.
Maybe you should
and,
be James Bond next week.
Hey, that's nice. I got a suit somewhere.
All right. That's your assignment. I'm assigning you James Bond for next week. For now, though, we are or either Goldfinger or James Bond. For now, we're out of time. I'm Dave Palumbo with Lee Priest for another installment of Iron Rage.
I seen a porno called Goldfinger.
I'm sure you did.